Welcome to another episode of Beyond of Beyond the
Wait, move a
Charts
little bit. They can't see it. You gotta go that way. You gotta go that way.
of Beyond the Charts
You go that way.
podcast. It is March 10th. It's episode 37, and we are here to give you guys exactly what we're doing in this current market environment. The stock market is down 13%. Crypto is down an ungodly amount. Antonio, what are your moves in this current environment?
I bought my first dip on Friday. I'm happy to say I sold most of my long term when it comes down to stocks. I had sold it maybe a little too early even, but maybe a few months ago. Most of it. So now I'm starting to buy back up a little bit. I started buying some Nvidia, some Tesla. It was down again today. I bought a little bit of Tesla today. Tesla was down 14%. I do think it'll go up at some point. That's the thing about long term investing. It doesn't stress me out at all. I don't even check. I'll just buy a little bit. Because I remember when I first went through my first crash in 2018. So it was actually about tariffs. So there was some tariffs, some bullshit going on. It crashed, and I was like, "Oh shoot! I'm scared. I don't want to buy the dip. It's over." And then every year I would hear, "Oh, the market is gonna crash. This is the one. This is it. It's never gonna go back up." But every year it went back up, and I was like, "Fuck, man!" I was like, "That was my chance. I blew it because I believed in the fear mongering." So now I learned in 2020 about the dips, 2022 about the dips. Now slowly, I start slow, and then the more it dips, then the heavier I says into my dip buying. Now I stick to blue chips, safe companies. I don't want to buy some random fucking shit that's down 80%. I buy safe stocks, like Apple, Microsoft, the S&P, the Nasdaq. If you're talking about crypto, it's just Bitcoin, Ethereum. I don't really buy any of the other altcoins. That's pretty much it. What about you?
Yeah, I bought some Qs last week. I'm gonna buy some Qs this week.
You buy the QQ, you don't buy the other ETFs. For example, do you buy the SPY too? I buy the Nasdaq ETF by Vanguard, and I buy the VOO because they're a little bit cheaper when it comes to I think some fucking, I forget what exact reason.
I do own some SPYs. Well, I usually kind of half and half. I'll put it both.
But you don't buy the VOO. It's the same thing as the SPY, but it costs a little less to own.
Oh, I see.
Something about the management fee or some shit like that.
Oh,
I forget the exact reason, but I remember I'd done homework on it years ago. I remember 6 years ago. And I just remember to be I'm going to buy the VOO.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But the SPY is better to trade.
I usually just buy the actual ETF. What about the Qs?
There is one, I forgot what the name is. I have to check. I do my long-term portfolio with M1 Finance, and I can update it. So I have a little pie. So it looks like a pie, and I share it. So it's a link. People can just copy it. I did a YouTube video. And every 2 years, I update it.
I see. I do mine on E-Trade. I just have
E-Trade. Yeah, I mean, they're all the same shit.
Yeah. I remember one of my best kind of core trades were in 2022 when the market dipped. It was 30% dip. I bought a bunch of the TQQQ, which is the triple leveraged version of the Qs, and I sold my last lot 2 months ago or something like that. That was a nice trade, but yeah, I mean, just DCA, put a little bit in. It's dropping, put a little bit in. Drops more, put a little bit. And then when it transitions, you could also buy a little bit as it's, as early stages going up. And then, yeah, because like you said, a lot of people are fear mongering. But this, in fact, historically speaking, these moments are the best time to buy.
Yeah, the best 10 days to have bought the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, were the top 10 red days. So if you had missed those buys, your returns over 5 years, I think it was a study, were 20% less. So it was a big difference. So actually another way to people just DCA every Wednesday or every Tuesday, they usually some people long-term invest every week. They'll buy a little bit. They have it set up, they don't look at it. A better way to do that is every time the S&P 500 is down 1%, then you buy. That tends to outperform just regular long-term investing like 2x folds, just by simply that one shift. And I remember I made a video on it, and people were like, "Oh, but you don't know when the market's gonna go down." I'm like, "But the market always goes down, at least 1 to 2% here and there." So that's usually when I buy. I don't have a set weekly auto pay to invest. That's the way I've done it.
I see. You could probably even write a program that does that for
I'm
you.
sure it's super simple,
cool.
but
that'd be cool.
yeah.
But also sometimes in situations like this, where
You
the
just
cues are
chill. Yeah.
dropping.
Like every day, I'm just waiting, waiting.
Yeah, exactly.
And the days that I see the big flush, like today -5%, that's when I want
You
to buy.
buy.
Yeah, we see like the big flush out, which usually you don't tend to see with the Nasdaq and the S&P. You tend to see this with some of these other like individual stocks like Nvidia, AMD,
Yeah.
and those are usually the stocks that I like to swing trade. So I see a big flush or a big like blow off top like PLTR, and then I'll swing trade that to the opposite direction as soon as I see some like decent
Hmm.
strength within it. Sometimes I'll just like buy the falling knife and high risk, high reward type of trade. I'll just buy it a little bit, and then if it doesn't work out, I'll close it for loss. Or if I see it recover, then I'll add into that
Yeah.
swing trade.
Well, a lot of times you could also like if you do that with the like the market or Nvidia, you know, like eventually that's gonna go back
Yeah,
up.
like
So
dude,
like
if the S&P 500 like never recovers, we'll probably like be
we're
fucked.
cooked.
We're
Yeah.
fucked anyway, you know.
Yeah.
But I saw. Did you see that thing on Twitter we were talking about earlier before the stream about the Trump? There's like a conspiracy theory. Well, not conspiracy, but like Trump's doing this on purpose to refinance all the debt, so the interest rates will be lower.
Yeah, I saw. I also saw a bunch of data showing that inflation is like rapidly decreasing, which was like the Fed's one of their primary concerns of like lowering rates because
But
they
I
don't
but
want.
I thought long term it was actually rising. They had it so like short term it's supposed to come down, but in 5 years from now it's supposed to be higher than it is now, and that was like what initially was the crash,
Hmm.
like when it would have started it. Versus even like last 2022 when it was high in the moment, the 5 year outlook was actually much lower.
Oh,
So
interesting.
that's what I saw. Like I didn't really watch like I didn't like read a lot about it. I was watching a video on like this guy that he owns like a hedge fund. He was like talking about it, and that's what he said. But I haven't like updated on it because they come out every month the inflation data. I think there was one last week. I think I could be
It's
wrong.
interesting. I always feel like a lot of these crashes and these, ultimately they provide opportunities for wealthy people, elites, the people who like quote unquote run the world, billionaires, hedge funds. Like it gives them opportunities to make money, right? So they could buy at cheaper prices, like Trump. Ultimately, if there's any president out there that like is gonna do something for his own personal gain, it's gonna be like Trump. Like he's not gonna do things where he individually loses money as a result. That's why like he has to have some sort of plan here where like maybe he's like intentionally trying to crash the markets and then to pressure the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates and then like turn on the money printer because ultimately like he's doing this, he's affected by this as well. Like I doubt he's just going to crash and then see you later. Like he has to have a
Yeah,
plan
yeah,
for
but
this. But what is it? I don't know.
also he did mention like he was doing an interview. I think it was like CNBC or one of those fucking things, and they were like, "Oh, are you worried about a recession because tariffs? Because short-term tariffs might bring up
Yeah.
prices of things because obviously you have to make it yourself, or there's an extra tax when they get imported, or exported now because they do also have the opposite tariff like Canada and shit." So then he was like he did say he's like, well, I don't like to predict those things, but he knows on the short term it might be painful. So
Yeah.
there might be like that short term of like, hey, we're going to raise tariffs to get everything else squared away, and it'll suck for a little bit, but then once the suck is over,
Yeah.
long term it'll be good. Which was opposite of COVID. During COVID, they decided to be like, oh, well, let's enjoy, let's just bring interest rates to zero, pump a bunch of money, which is for the short term. It's like, yay, we can take out loans, the market is going up, but long term it's going to hurt you with inflation.
Hmm.
So he's kind of taking a different approach. I don't think people understand. They're like, you can win both. Either you take a little bit short-term pain and long-term goals there, or you enjoy it now, but then you're going to pay for it later, like
Yeah.
a generation down even. Like, so it's really hard, I feel like, to balance both. And Trump is going the way that's like, we'll take the short-term pain now, but even though he'll get a little backlash, people are like, oh my God, Trump's, he's supposed to pump us, and now he's doing the opposite. But
Yeah.
he's like, he understands that maybe they'll suck now, but long-term, like, we'll be better off, which I think I'm fine with. I think
Yeah.
it's better that way.
I think so too. I think especially if you're young and you're like making an income, whether that's from trading or anything, like this is a really good opportunity to like get ahead in life, like really accelerate not where you're at now, but where you're going to be in like 5 years, right? Get some Bitcoin, get some like buy some of these like the safe ETFs we talked about. And like in 5 years, you're going to look back and be like, that was such a good decision that I made. I'm setting myself up because like I think a lot of people, especially like nowadays with the whole like we talked about it before that a lot of these like Miami guys that like they have this illusion of making a ton of money, but a lot of them are like kind of like
They're just blowing it. They
they're
got no
blowing it,
savings. They're
right?
not investing.
They're not building like wealth for themselves down the road, and this is like an opportunity to do so. I think a lot of people, I don't know, even for myself, like you said, when you had the first market crash, you kind of like didn't buy because like you were kind of uncertain. I
Yeah.
same thing with me. Like I was like last time, like 2022. Like I wish I bought more Bitcoin. I wish, but I never did. And like you know, and now I regret it. Now we have an opportunity.
Yeah, and it's funny because I've seen that cycle happen like literally all the time. I've seen a cycle that's like, oh my god, I wish there was a dip. I can't buy here. It's all time highs. The dip comes, you're like, oh my god, I'm so scared. Like it is it. Actually, it's over. I made a video today even on my TikTok, and I was like, I never make this kind of videos. So I was like, if I can give you guys a piece of advice right now that you can do is buy the S&P 500, buy the Nasdaq, buy some like Apple, Microsoft, like something very safe. You're gonna thank yourself. Someone commented like, oh no, it's over. The recession is coming. I'm like, okay. I stitched the video and I was like, let's go back to 2008, which was the last like major recession. I think COVID was technically like a really short one. And I was like, if I told you you can go back to 2008 and buy the dip, you'd be like, oh fuck yeah, I buy
Yeah, literally.
everything. I take out loans to buy that dip. But in the moment, I bet you would have been too scared to do it.
Yeah.
I was like, you're putting yourself in that same situation now. Like, yeah, maybe there's a recession, maybe the prices do go lower, but you just have to have that mentality. It's like 5 to 10 years, and it's hard for people to be like, oh, I want to enjoy my money now, but it's like you gotta think about yourself, in the future. Like I've made a ton of money long-term investing, during 2020, 2022. And I know that it's like it can be just as powerful, if not more powerful, day trading. And to me, it's a lot safer and less stressful, as long as you're staying away from like high risk.
Yeah.
Like fucking I don't know, some shitty small
Like
stocks.
AI altcoins.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Altcoins. You said it on me.
Yeah, no, I mean, 100. I was like I 100%. I was way too.
Are you still in them, or you exited, or how did it go?
Bro. I got like in some coins. I was like, whatever.
You just
Like
like
I kind of like I like
give up on it? No, not give up, but like
I
you're
kind of
like,
I was like it was at the point where like I got out of some of like really like shitty ones. Like that was like a quick trade. But like I still have some of the coins that I had at the time good entries. I mean I'm down on them now, but I was like fuck it. Like I might as well just hold like whatever. It's fine. Like honestly, I will say though like I did lose a little bit of money on that, but it also like motivated me to like make more money and to be like more on top of my business and be more focused on trading. You know what I mean? Like so on one hand, like yeah, like it was kind of like it actually helped me progress, and I also just learned like an important lesson. So uh yeah, now I'm just buying Bitcoin, Ethereum. That's the only thing I'm buying.
yeah, Bitcoin, Ethereum. I mean, like I'm sure there's gonna be some altcoins like, oh my god, I wish I bought it, but it's like it's just too
It's
like.
hard. It's
There's
so
like a
hard,
million of
bro.
them, and then like five will do really well. I'm like, and the few people that somehow caught them, they're gonna be like hyped up on Twitter, like they're gonna be like everybody's gonna be talking about those, and but then you realize there's like a million there, like other ones. They're like, yeah, I did my research. It was the good one. I'm like, you don't fucking know. Especially if you have a lot of money, like it's hard to like just take huge gambles. Like the more money you have, the safer you have to like
Yeah,
play.
100%, 100%. I agree. I just think just buy Bitcoin and hold it for like 10 years because like I don't know, where do you see the long-term trajectory of like Bitcoin? Like
I
let's say
mean,
like
every
in like a
cycle.
decade, let's say,
I mean,
right?
you have to look at the past. In the past, it's always gone up. So I
Yeah.
can't go against it. I can't be like, oh, this is the top because I don't like why. Why was it not the top the other, what was it, 2008, 13 years, 15 years? I don't fucking even know. I don't know math.
Yeah, literally.
There's always gonna be the people that's like, oh, this is the top, this is it. But there's those people every single cycle at the top. There's people that both sides of the aisle. If you look at the history and you just look at it, just the numbers without being emotional about it, without trying to predict, it'll go higher.
It'll go higher.
Now all coins, it's a different story.
Yeah,
But
100%. I think if
Bitcoin.
anything, this cycle it's like very clear. There's Bitcoin, and then there's everything else. Even like Ethereum is separate category.
Never made a
than
new
Bitcoin.
all-time high, which was
I
crazy.
know that's honestly like that was my. I don't want to say it was a mistake, but it was a mistake that I didn't adapt soon enough because some of the altcoins I was holding, they like depended on Ethereum to make all-time highs, and my thing was like, okay, Ethereum has always made all-time highs, and it didn't, and that was like my biggest misread. Then again, it's hindsight's 2020. You know what I mean? Like hard to read. That is the biggest surprise. Maybe this cycle is we'll see. Like we'll see, I guess, in a few years, like how it all plays out.
Yeah,
Like,
when does a cycle technically end? Like if it hits like like during the stock market over 10% for an all-time high is technically a bear market.
Yeah,
with crypto, like what's like let's say it goes to like 30K, but then it goes up to like 200K. Like is that like, oh yeah, same cycle? Like I don't
yeah.
know.
Well, usually there's a 4-year cycle, right? And this was the last year of the 4-year cycle where everything is supposed to like go to the moon, like altcoin season, all that stuff. But like the 4-year cycle, I guess is like no longer a thing. Maybe because like institutions are involved and now like there's countries involved, like specifically with Bitcoin. But even like America, like in their reserve, they're gonna have like Solana, XRP,
But is
Cardano, and
that
it's like
confirmed? Like did they like
I
pass like
think
this is
yeah, no,
like
Trump's
did they
like
say how much money they're gonna put in or no?
essentially they're using all of their like they because they have Bitcoin from like the Silk Road,
Yeah.
and they're holding like Bitcoin that they're using that to initially fund the Bitcoin reserve. And I think we saw a sell off because people were like, "Oh, I thought America was going to be right away buying Bitcoin, but they're just using old Bitcoin to fund the reserve. Like that's not what we wanted." I think ultimately long term the reserve just solidifies that Bitcoin's going to be like a long time global asset and like I think I don't know when it's going to happen. Maybe it is when like they start printing money and the interest rates go down. But I think I think Bitcoin is gonna make a big move. We'll see. Like,
This year you think, or
huh?
you think you're talking about this year or just in general?
I don't know. Like, I like completely shifted my thinking. Like now I'm just like I'm gonna buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I don't care. I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait. It's okay if I wait years because I think ultimately the investment is gonna pay off, especially with Bitcoin. Like even if it takes like I want to hold my Bitcoin for like 10 years, 20 years. Like I'll only if I'm buying like a big purchase, I'll sell my Bitcoin. You know what I mean? In that case, because I think there was a stat on the SPY S&P 500. If you buy and then wait 7 years at any point in history, even if you bought the top and waited 7 years, you would have made money. With Bitcoin, it's the same thing except in 4 years, but there's more volatility,
And
right?
also, it's a little less like the history is not as much.
And there's less history. So, but there's also much higher return. It's kind of
Yeah,
like
so
you
it's
need a balance.
yeah, it's kind of like when I talked about the short-term pain versus long-term pain. It's kind of like that with investing. It's like some things it's like they're more risky, but it could prove a better return. Some things are safer, but it could prove a lesser return. That's why I feel like you have to balance. Like for us, since we're young, we can afford taking bigger risks. But let's say
Yeah,
you're a dude that's like about to retire, this will suck. Like, oh my God,
yeah.
I gotta take out my 401k, but the market is down. Your 401k is gonna be much less than when the market is sitting at all-time highs.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why when you go to like an actual like finance planner, like the number one thing they look at is like your age
Hmm.
on how you should be investing. So for us, we can take risks on like Tesla, Nvidia, which is like higher risk tech stocks, versus just buying like fucking Coca-Cola that doesn't move but pays a decent dividend and it's like slowly always just goes up. McDonald's and all this other shit.
I actually don't even own like any dividend stocks.
I own probably a few. I could like read off
Don't you
some of
need
my.
like you need like a lot to actually make
Yeah,
like a significant dividend?
yeah. Like for example, like someone like Warren Buffett, he makes more than Coca-Cola each year than like the CEO, for example, Coca-Cola, but like he owns like billions of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, but then like he feels like if you have billions, like it's pretty safe to like be there.
He's still like a anti Bitcoin.
I mean, all those old dudes, I feel like
They
they're
don't
never.
understand it.
I feel
Yeah.
like all those old dudes are never like, uh, they're never like gonna like it.
Dude, what makes me laugh, dude, I made a video the other day of like on TikTok, dude. And I got it was a video where some person said that XRP is gonna 200x. And I made a
Little
video
rage
being like,
bait.
what the fuck? No, someone said that.
No, no, I feel like they're rage
Oh,
baiting you.
yeah, I go that you go and cry when XRP does 200x. And I literally like just roast. I was like, there's no way. Like, dude, if XRP did a 200x, it would be at a 27 trillion market cap. For reference, gold is at like 17 trillion. XRP would be 10 trillion larger than gold. So I like said all this stuff. Bro, I had so many comments of people
Bro,
like
I don't understand like XRP. Like, how do people like? I don't understand why it's so big and why people believe in it so much. Like, I generally do not understand it.
I don't even know. Apparently it's supposed to like replace the current banking system.
But like, like if you look at it, it's like I don't even know what the fuck that means. And if you ask any of them, like if you ask,
Yeah, I don't know what it means.
bro, if
either.
you ask anybody that owns XRP, there'd be maybe like 99.5% of like, could you explain to me? And they'll be like, well, like send money through like a bank with crypto. I'm like, can't you rate it out with Bitcoin and all this? Like, isn't that
Yeah,
like
I don't
every
get it.
crypto you can send? Like,
I don't get it either.
I don't know. And it's been like a cold falling for fucking ever, dude. Because the
Oh,
lawsuit cleared up now, and like still nothing fucking happened.
yeah, it mooned to like $4, but then
It's like back
yeah.
to like an all-time high, like an all-time
Yeah,
high.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
even know if it broke like a new one. Everybody's like hyping it up. I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying that shit. Like, everybody be like, yeah, I'm not buying that. I never owned an XRP.
I never owned it either.
I don't even know. Like, I
I
don't know
don't know
what
what
the
it
hype
does.
is.
I really don't understand it either.
All I know is a lawsuit. There was a lawsuit around it. And they were crazy.
I don't
Crazy
understand it.
hype.
I also don't want to understand it. Like I prefer to like be ignorant about it, because then I could always talk shit and I won't like care, you know. Oh, because I guarantee if I look into it, I'm gonna look at it and be like, oh, I guess this could be useful.
But like,
And
because
it'll change my
I will
opinion.
say you're a little gullible with that shit. I've been looking at
Yeah,
this. I'm like, you
maybe.
guys are fucking retarded, man. Like even bro, even
I'm gonna
Bitcoin,
look
I
it
don't
up what it
understand.
does.
Yeah, dude, GTA 6. Me and Emmanuel were getting on first day. We're becoming millionaires off GTA 6 currency.
Dude, I buy the whole GTA 6 though, like
Bro,
digital.
but like my thing is this: like, who the fuck wants to work on a like go work a real job? Like,
Yeah,
we
well, why
were
would you work a?
does it even mean a GTA server?
I do
Like,
think gaming is gonna at some point, like whatever. Remember what I talked about game? I still do think that's gonna happen at some point.
I
There's
feel
gonna be
like-
like play to
but-
earn, like you can make money in GTA.
but like that's already a thing with like CS:GO, like shit.
Exactly,
like-
exactly. It's gonna be like that, but it's gonna be like a marketplace where you could, like, imagine you can buy a CS:GO skin and then sell that shit to someone else.
You can already do that.
Imagine
do
your
that.
What's the
Discords.
difference, then?
Imagine your
That's what I'm
Discords
saying.
in GTA.
Me, I'm in
So
GTA.
people are trading, but they're trading in GTA.
So
as
can we be-
characters.
Wait, but let me ask
I'm
you
gonna run
this.
the. Can I say something? I'm gonna run the first Discord server. But it's gonna be on GTA. So GTA characters are
It's a
gonna pay me
trading-
monthly.
It's a trading
I-
world.
I'm a live.
Yo,
trade
we
on
should actually.
GTA.
I want to play. I'm like looking forward to playing that shit.
I'm gonna get.
It's
It's
ever
in
coming
Florida.
out? I don't even know.
I don't know.
They
No,
like
it
were
is.
like-
It's coming out like later this year. I
But
think.
bro, I watched an interview with T Grizzly. He said he makes like 6 figures a month off of his
But
server.
what does he do? What? But
you
people
pay to be a part of the server?
But it's because he's like like you know he's like famous. Like
Yeah.
if Drake makes a server,
Yeah.
and they're gonna play with you guys, all the fucking Canadian Sims are gonna join that shit, bro. No, am I right or am I wrong?
You're right, but you have people, you know,
It's
you have
like
a following on
fucking
Discord.
probably
why not have
5
a
dudes in
GTA
my
server?
Discord want to join. I'm like fucking, and then you know gotta play fucking video games all day. Play GTA in
Yeah,
real
but
life,
think
dude.
think they meet you in the
Yeah, that's
strip
true.
club in GTA to learn about trading.
What if we have a war room session in GTA?
Imagine
with
that.
Johnny
bro, that'd be
Walker?
so sick.
All
you
right.
know.
So
Can we run the podcast from now on on GTA?
apparently, okay. So XRP, what's its advantage over Bitcoin or Ethereum? It's faster, significantly.
Whoa. Wow.
Way lower fees. There's cross-border payments. It's used as a bridge currency to facilitate instant currency exchanges block to block.
But isn't that literally like every other like currency now?
All right,
Like,
it's,
does that?
Financial institutions can use XRP to source liquidity in real time instead of pre-funding accounts in different countries. That's huge.
Huge.
I don't even know what that is.
I literally
I
have
had
no idea.
no idea.
No idea what that means.
When
Like
re-
that's the thing. You like if you explain anything with big words. Like you ever seen that like skit of like, oh, what do you do for a living? And the guy's like, oh, I'm a concierge for the international food company. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, you work for Uber. like if anybody explains
yeah.
something with like a really big word, I'm like, oh shit, this guy's cooking right now. And it's like, oh no, actually, he's not. The same thing with like trading. I like, oh, like ICT, like he makes up these hour-long videos about like a simple like, oh, breakout and retest, got it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a food scientist. Meanwhile, I'm at McDonald's, like frying patties.
So what would be like the fancy, like we're quantitative financial predictors that correlate price action variables with buy and sell transactions.
I could say this. I run an international finance agency that provides counseling and
That's Antonio
advice
GPT.
all over the world. We serve 200 plus countries. Just people in their Discord living room listening to me talking on the stream, playing Leangelo Ball and like rating dudes in my Discord out of 10. I just be like, I'm international finance agency. They gives counseling.
You like LaMelo Ball?
I like LaMelo Ball.
I model my game from
Yeah, I've seen you play and I could see that.
LaMelo. Yeah.
You know I'm wearing LaMelo Ball's shoes right now, right?
Oh really?
That's the only shoe. I used to wear Kyrie's, but Kyrie, like him and Nike don't work anymore, and he's got like a new way. Like I don't like his new shoes.
You got hurt, right?
Yeah, he got hurt recently. So then I tried the Lamelo balls because I was like looking. I tried KD's and like LeBron's. I didn't like him. So then I tried Lamelo's, and he actually has a really good shoe. I like. The only thing I don't like that he has like all these crazy colorways. I just keep the white and white.
Dude, those NBA guys are crazy, bro. LaMelo Ball's like 23 years old. He gets paid like 80 million a year or some shit, like just absurd amount of money.
Yeah.
That's like some crazy shit, bro. And that's like without his shoe deal, without his sponsorships, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean Lamelo's like. I like to watch. He's playing tonight in Miami.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the
Dude,
Hornets are
we
playing.
should go to. I want to go to a basketball game. We should go court.
The only thing is I don't like Miami Heat. I don't like. I don't even like because they got rid of Jimmy Butler. They fucking got nobody
Let's
left.
wait for like a good team to come here.
The Lakers.
Yeah,
LeBron got hurt
Lakers.
though.
I want to watch Giannis
Why?
Antetokounmpo.
Is there a reason you like him? Oh, no, I mean I like him. I'm
He's
just
a good
wondering.
guy. I also like I like Steph.
Yeah, that will be sick.
Steph is the best. Yeah. um, who else? You know this guy Shea Gilbert Alexander.
Best rookie, see.
He's a stud.
Yeah, he's a MVP running him and Jokic.
Him and Jokic. Jokic is crazy. He
Yeah.
hit like a 2010 or some shit like that. Dude.
Yeah, he has like crazy stats and he like doesn't even care. That's like what I love about him in the interview. It's like yeah, whatever.
How could is he? You think he could be the GOAT?
I mean, the thing about the GOAT, like I feel like you need like a little bit of aura. Like MJ's like you know,
Yeah.
people have said they feel MJ's aura from like if he's in the room, like like LeBron. The thing about Jokic, he like doesn't care.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he has enough like.
He's like not athletic. He's like not
He's
even.
just too nonchalant.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has like the resume either. Maybe he's like I would say he's maybe like top 5 like when it comes down to centers all the time probably because he can shoot a three. His defense is a little lacking, but
You know what I don't like? I don't like how in in basketball, like all these like broadcasts, like obviously they do it for viewership, but like they're always arguing about who's the GOAT versus just like appreciating their greatness, right? Like in hockey, everyone agrees that Wayne Gretzky's the GOAT.
but it's because hockey doesn't have that history. Like I don't know.
No, but
Like, not many people play it.
dude, they've been playing longer than the NBA even.
But can I say that something before LeBron, everybody agreed that MJ was the GOAT,
Yeah.
and it was until LeBron did the 3-1 comeback against the Warriors. Before that, it was like everybody said, it was MJ.
Yeah.
Then like now it's 50-50. Well, before it used to be MJ, and then like slowly LeBron.
But like now, like for example, like Crosby or McDavid, like McDavid is honestly probably the best player of all time, but Crosby's up there too. They would never come out and be like, yeah, we're actually the GOATs. Like they would.
But no NBA player does that either though.
I feel like LeBron was. I don't know, I saw a thing where he was like saying that he was.
Nah, I don't think he said like he said maybe he was the best player at the moment, but he said I think when everything's asked, he always gives like a pretty political
I like
answer.
LeBron.
But soccer's the same. Like people always argue Ronaldo or Messi, it's just them two, but they never come out and say. Ronaldo I think has said like, yeah, I feel like I'm the best player, but
What
like,
Pele?
nah, he's washed. People
He-
used to think that, but I will say, unless you're from Brazil, like you're even then, like you gotta be a big laser. Pele's been exposed that like a lot of the stats weren't real, because he played like before there was like TVs,
Oh.
so they find out a lot of his stats were like
Yeah.
fake. Now Ronaldo and Messi are by far the top two, and then people just argue about them too. Like even with I would say with football now, people just agree to Tom Brady because of the Chiefs. You know, they kind of were making a case for Mahomes, but then he got demolished this past Super Bowl.
As the GOAT.
Yeah, and then people just
Really?
like Tom
Mahomes
Brady.
is that good?
Yeah, they had him. A lot of people were saying he's better than Tom Brady. But now Tom Brady's beat him 2-0 in the playoffs.
Oh.
He's beaten him once in Super Bowl and once in the Eastern Finals or whatever the fuck, and NFC Finals, AFC Finals, or fuck it's called. And then because the Eagles just manhandled them, he also came down a bit. So Tom Brady's like the lone goal. I would say 80% of people would agree to that. Then there's always gonna be some people that like have some fucking
I
random
like Tom
dude.
Brady.
Yeah, I like Tom Brady
He's a
too.
good guy.
Yeah, allegedly. I don't know. Was he the DD tapes?
Oh,
You seen
no.
Drewski? They caught him on.
Drewski's really funny.
Yeah, but do you know he got caught up in the Diddy?
Really?
So the statement read that Drewski was in 2018 at a Diddy party, and the plaintiff, the victim, said that Drewski got oiled up, and there was so much oil he started doing like slides everywhere, and one of the slides hit her, and he was naked and injured her.
Injured who?
Whatever the victim is.
Oh.
I'm not making this up, dude. Can you please look it up? This came out
Wait,
yesterday.
what?
Drewski even put out a statement. You can go to his Twitter. He put out a statement saying it was false. It didn't happen. But he's been claimed and it makes sense, bro. Drewski like popped out of nowhere, bro. He just like randomly got famous and started hanging out with all these famous people. Yeah. And is he really that funny? He's just like a fat dude.
Yeah, like super famous people too, not
Yeah,
just
like
like
fat-
regular
yeah, like-
YouTube show. Like like major celebrities.
He's just
I
like a
feel
fat dude, man. Like
Yeah.
fat dudes are always a little funny. It's like gay dudes, fat dudes. They always got like I don't know why. That was kind of funny. But no, it's true. This came out. You can fact check me. Can we fact check me? This is literally what's said. Is
He was named in the lawsuit.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So it's
wow,
like a
okay.
big.
What, just because he got oiled up and did a little slip and slide?
But like that sounds like
wrong with
so
that?
much like Drewski too. Like
It does sound like something he would do.
But my thing was this: like, who could survive a slip and slide by Drewski?
Here we go. After being added to blah 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 blah, in an amendment filed on Friday, Odell Beckham,
Oh yeah, OBJ was there too.
OBJ, and Drewski are accused of violently essaying a woman named Ashley something at Combs' friend's Ordina Caliph's home in 2018. Defendant Diddy sat in a chair near the bed and began gooning while recording. Didn't say gooning, but I'm just trying to censor
Yeah.
it. While recording plaintiff's essay.
I believe it.
During the alleged essay,
What's essay?
Sexual assault.
I'm trying to like YouTube censor it.
And sexual assault, like-
During the alleged gang essay, other defendants allegedly referred to Odell Beckham as Cornelius, the law states.
Cornelius, is that his real name?
32-year-old's middle name is Cornelius, yeah. How did you know that?
Bro,
That's what
my
they-
thing, I understand Drewski. He probably can't get much game going on, especially in 2018, and he wants to get famous. But OBJ, he's like, he could point to any girl, and they'll.
Yeah, but
He
wasn't
could
there
slide
a
in
thing
any
with,
DM.
like, he likes girls to take dumps on him or something? Wasn't
Is
there
that him?
something with that?
I believe it, dude. I believe,
Yeah.
but dude, OBJ in 2018, there was like at the peak of his fame when he got that, when he called the, remember that, he called that ball that was like really famous. He like OBJ, remember that? He went on a date with Zendaya, I remember, and Zendaya's dad came along to the date, so maybe he knew OBJ. OBJ was trying to Diddy.
No, didn't
Saying on
OBJ's
Diddy's
like
one.
brother went on that show, the love show,
Yes.
Love Island?
Yeah, he was.
I don't know.
I watched that
I didn't even know OBJ had a brother.
I watched that shit with Sammy.
Yeah,
I didn't know he had a brother.
you are correct. He's on that. Yeah, he has a brother.
I mean, I believe it. You guys don't. I just never like thought about it.
Yeah, he's allegedly a model said he loves a good dump on his chest. But I heard about this like 4 years ago.
No, I
so
mean, I believe it, dude. I believe it.
he's a weird guy.
I just like don't understand it. I guess in my like with all those guys, like you don't have to do all that, man. You're famous. You got money.
But once you
push
have it all, it's like you want
You just go straight to dump on your chest.
No,
Is that the next step? What do you
no,
mean?
dude,
Like
it's
why?
No, dude.
But why is dump on the
First
chest the next?
Yeah, because first it started with probably a dump on his foot, and then,
Yes.
and then it went up, and then
You're just like a little.
Yeah.
You're just a pee at first.
Well,
a
dude,
little
you gotta
drop.
understand, bro. It's like the whole dopamine thing. Once the base happiness is so high,
Once your stop loss is set there,
you need to add to the
I
position.
just don't understand where dump on the chest like helps your dopamine whatsoever.
Dude, if you caught the ball one-handed and you were making 200 million a year, bro, you'd probably want that too.
First of all, he was not making 200 million a year. Like
How much is he making?
he was making like what 50 million a year.
I don't know.
He's honestly probably OBJ the max he was making is like 15 max 20 million. 15 max 20.
Oh, that's
bro.
not that bad. Okay.
Dude, like Patrick Mahomes, which is the best player in the NFL, his max contract was 500 million over 10 years. So if you do the math, that's 250 per
3
5
million
years.
with the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah,
Dude,
right
it's
now he's
all-
getting paid peanuts, but I'm talking about like can you look up
The
his
Ravens cut OBJ in March 2024, avoiding a $50 million salary. In 2018, OBJ signed a 5-year, $90 million rookie
5-year 90 million. There you go.
extension,
I was right about
Space
15 million.
and he converted
5
it.
year. Whoa, hold on, 18 million.
OBJ's
Oh.
base salary in 2021 was 1.25 million, and he converted it into Bitcoin.
Yeah. He's probably made a little bit extra if he helped.
Wait, they paid him Bitcoin?
Yeah, he has to be paid when he
His
played
car-
with the Rams.
His
Yeah.
career
He
earnings
could do
are
that. That's
100 million.
crazy.
How much his career earnings?
100 million.
So he played for 12 years, 100 million he made. That's about 10 million a year. I told you guys. And think about it, he played most of his career at the Giants, where he was getting taxed about 50 to 52%, and they don't have write-offs, those athletes. So he probably cut it in half.
That's
He made 40, 50 million, which is still insane in 10 years, but like, it's not dump on my chest insane. I feel like at least get a billion and then start thinking about that.
Yeah.
I just don't know
Well, bro,
where.
yeah, but he
So
also
where
got.
where should I cut how much money to make? Because I don't want to get to the point where it's dumping on my chest happens. Should I start 9.99? Is that like is the 10 million the point?
Yeah, I think
Maybe
so.
like a goat poop. I take that as much as that. Whatever that. What's that number?
That's so weird, bro.
I go to dude. If they invite me to party, I go. I bring a camera. I bring the DJI. I hide it. Just fucking hide it
Dude,
somewhere,
collect
bro.
evidence.
I bring stuff with me. Hide it. Somewhere, somewhere in him. Make him take it out.
Dude, people are into weird stuff, bro.
I know, but it's like, bro, like, how are they all like the famous people really into it? It's not like a handful. It's always like 70% of famous people are into weird shit.
I disagree, bro. I think it's not. I think 70% of people are into weird shit, and then we only hear about it from the celebrities. We don't hear about
So
it
it
from the
means-
normal
Yeah,
people.
I could agree with that.
So
we
that
don't
mean-
hear it from normal
So
people.
that means
70 on
there's
that,
2
yeah.
out of 10 people in your. So that means about 2. So that I'm not into it. So
let's
you
It's
and
gotta be Emmanuel.
so Emmanuel, it's
I'm
gonna
not
be
into
you because I'm not
anything
into it. You're defending it a little too much. So what weird shit are you into? And then Christian,
I'm gonna find you a statistic.
Dude, I got a good example for you while you're looking for that. Somebody I know, I won't name names, but I was talking to her yesterday, and she told me a guy pays her to basically just hang out with her feet for like a half hour.
What do you
doesn't
mean hang out
mean
with their
anything.
feet?
Like literally, like she will put. That's what I said. Literally, she will put her feet up, like wear her shoes for like a few hours, and then like take her socks off, and they'll meet up and hang out in her car, and he'll put his feet up, and he'll just like talk to them and like sniff them and stuff. He like talks to
Oh.
the feet.
But like how like
People are weird.
bro,
He
that's
pays her like $300-400 every time.
that's like
Nothing sexual, just literally just
He's talking to the
just he
foot.
talks
Just
to the
talk
feet,
to the
sniffs
foot.
them, probably licks them.
Little nibble, on the little toes.
Dude,
Bro, what is like that's?
have
what
you
do
heard
mean
of?
just, like, how do you know just get bored?
Have you heard of something called
Weird.
water sports?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have.
So anyway,
heard of
apparently, according to a 2014 study, 3 to 5% of people report interest in
That's
years
not a lot.
time.
See, 3 to 5% is nothing though.
Dude, that's a lot of people, bro.
That's
No,
a lot of people.
bro,
but
if
it's
you go
small
to a
percentage.
Bro, you
stadium-
told me 70%, but you said 70%. That's what
No,
you told me.
No, I didn't say 70.
Did you? What did you say? Pull the tape.
70% of people are into
Yeah.
weird shit. But
Look,
it depends
Emmanuel,
what you
I was
define as
generalizing.
All right, Emmanuel, it's fine to be the 3% of people, bro. Like it's fine if that's what you
All
like.
right, listen.
Just if you like it, hey, I wouldn't judge you.
You said if you go to a stadium.
You just stay. It's like 10 people out of 1,000.
And also, if you go to
No,
a
it's
stadium,
more
5 are probably murderers. There's probably 3
That's
killers
true.
in there, 4 terrorists. Like,
It's true.
you know.
Now that stat would be more interesting to see per country.
All right, let me do it.
I'm not trying to say nothing, but I feel like a couple countries is probably more like 60-70%.
In Italy, what?
Why, bro? Why in Italy, bro? In Italy, it's like
I've heard Germans are into the
hot dogs. They're into hot dogs.
doo-doo play.
Why do you even like? Where do you even hear that?
No, a
Like,
German
where do you hear
person
that?
told me.
Where? You into Germany?
No, but it's big over there. Actually,
Why?
wait.
I don't know.
I want to take that back.
And 24, less than 1%. Look, less than 1% of Italians. See how that stat
No, it
changes?
doesn't even say Italian, just said people. They don't have any specific data percentage
So
about
for
Italy.
what you looked up, less than 1% of people are into some. What'd you look up? What is that? Coprophilia? I don't know what that means.
It's when we'll read it.
Sexual fetishes with feces. Less than 1%.
OBJ.
So like again, it's not a ton of people, bro. I'm telling you, it's not a ton of people for you guys to say that 70% of fucking.
Never said
Germany.
70.
Look up
Okay,
Germany.
maybe I said it, but I didn't mean it.
But it's not enough for to be so many famous people, bro. Like there's only a few thousand famous people,
Yeah, but
bro.
once you get that freedom and you have it all, you want more.
But bro, like you couldn't find other shit. Go
It
skydiving.
doesn't
Why?
matter,
Like,
'cause
go
they do
skydiving.
it, bro. You could do if you have fucking $80 million. You could.
He
do
doesn't
all
even
that
have
shit in
$80
a
million
year.
dollars. OBJ doesn't either. We just looked up his
Yeah, but
earnings,
he has
bro.
enough money to do whatever he wants whenever. He
Do
wants.
what Jeff Bezos did, which was
Yeah,
he
but
has,
you don't need that much money to do whatever you want whenever you
bro.
want.
You can play. You know what? You know what's funny? Homeless people are into it, and super rich people. If you would have no money, if you would have all the money. You notice that?
No, well,
Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny?
Well, people in between do too. You just don't hear about it.
I never heard of it. Yeah.
Like for
Never heard of it.
example, like the normal person walking down the street, they're not talking about this stuff.
We're talking about it. We're not normal. See,
We're exceptions.
I don't like to be an exception. It's normal. But
No,
look, listen
I'm
to this.
talking about like.
Wait, can I say something? No, you're like, okay, they got so much money, they got nothing else going on. Jeff Bezos, what does he do? A bunch of money for fun. He recovered the Apollo 13 mission engine. So the engine, you know how they get dropped in the ocean when rocket takes off. He hired a fucking mega yacht, a bunch of scientists, a fucking submarine to go. And then he brought his whole family with that, and they took it. They found it. It took him a year. That's something you can do. Spend like $10 million to do for fun, and he actually didn't keep it. He gave it to a museum. So
Yeah, but while they
respect
were
that.
doing that, he was
They're
probably
just playing with
throwing
doo-doo
footballs to
everywhere.
him.
Yeah, as
But I'm
that,
saying like, there's
as
no
he was
way,
on the
bro.
boat with the captain.
In the captain's quarters.
But like that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's gotta be like, dude, if you gave me all this money, I find shit to do. Like, how do you like? Okay, I fly to here, buy an island, build like a little fucking statue of me. Okay, fly back away, go
It's
build.
also the type of people that want to be that famous too, or you're a little bit crazier. Like when you want that much fame and power, and you'll do anything to get it. Those are the type of.
But
people
my
that I
question
feel
is,
like
bro, Drewski's what kind of fame does Drewski have, bro? Or
I mean,
he makes little skits on fucking TikTok.
I mean, he's a
Is
known
that-
guy.
Oh,
Is that what he wanted?
He has that show
Is-
where the rappers come on and they audition.
He's a known guy.
Yeah, but it's like random dudes that come on.
It's really fun.
What about OBJ? Like he doesn't like he's just like a professional athlete. He's not really looking to like he hasn't done anything. Like, I don't know.
You never know.
Look,
Something
man.
could have happened in his childhood. He could have got like trapped in a porta potty.
If I got flipped over, fucking during an
Came
earthquake,
out and like
during a fucking
All right,
earthquake.
how does this relate to trading?
yeah.
He doesn't, dude. Just talking shit at this point. He
You are
doesn't- I don't
talking
think he
shit.
does. Wait,
No, I
I
mean-
do know. Wait, we're talking about porta potty. Waste management, WM.
Ooh.
If you guys look at the chart, it's probably one of the best performing charts of all time.
Let me look at the
Waste
chart.
management.
Well, let me look at it.
Think about it. People always need to take out the trash, no
Makes
matter
sense.
what.
It's just gonna. Keep
It's one of the
going up.
best. Can you turn it to show the camera? Waste management, guys. Buy waste management.
Wow, what the fuck?
Look, yeah, one of the best companies. Think about it. What people in a recession, right? They do, and these stocks
It's at all-time highs.
these stocks outperform in a recession because why? People might not need to buy a new iPhone, but guess what? They still need to fucking get trash picked up, right? And you know, another interesting one is
Dude, we could have bought the shit in 1990.
I know waste management, man.
Well,
Boring
I
shit.
wasn't alive. But yeah.
Could have had you blame your
Oh, but
parents.
bro, but during when I was born, that shit crashed from $32 to $8.
Why didn't you buy it? The
I don't know.
Great Recession of the trash.
Well, let me ask you: Did
The
it
great-
crash because I was born?
The Great Recession of people were boycotting trash. We're just keeping it in the house. Maybe there was a rumor. Wait, I can't say what I was gonna say.
I think eventually they're gonna start shooting trash into space
I feel like they have.
somewhere. They already do it kind of, but like
Do they? Can we shoot it towards the sun?
that would
Should
be
aim it that
that
way.
would be sick. You burn it up in the sun.
Like, how does it would like get inhalated? Like
Yeah.
like, have you seen how big the sun is?
Yeah, the sun's huge.
There's literally no way we can make enough trash to
Dude,
even
you
do
could
that.
fit like 100 Earths in the sun.
Dude,
or something.
Like no, like
No,
10,000
no,
Earths, bro.
no, not
It's
even
crazy.
10,000. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna tell you how many right now.
You find out ChatGPT manuals today and
How many
just
Earths?
put it to work. So just
Dude,
put
Dude,
it
you
in.
know,
It's like 2 Earths. We're just like over here 10,000 Earths. It's like 2.
no, it's way more than you think. 1.3 million. Earths.
1.3
my
million
God.
fucking hertz, man. That's crazy.
Do you want to know the math behind
That
it?
means you know what? If the sun there was people in the sun, that means on average we have 1.3 million Luke Balmers. Because
That's true.
That's
So
true.
imagine how many we could
Dude.
have a country of
Everyone would be studying, bro.
Everybody would know what to do. There'd be too many hustlers.
I like Luke Belmar.
Do you think about the Discord size I could have? 1 million people watching me trade. Getting
We
cooked
need a
in the
Belmar
market.
collab with you guys. That's like
Dude, one of my good friends teaches in capital,
capital investing.
and he hangs out with Luke Ballmer.
Dude, should we get Luke Belmar on the pod somehow?
I don't think he would.
Champ was literally just with Luke Belmar.
Yeah, he was. Oh, I have he was hanging out with my friend too. I know a bunch of people that hang out with Luke Belmer. I had one chance to be there when they invited me to a dinner Luke Belmer ended up being at, but I was too lazy to drive down.
Really?
Yeah. He had told you
Generational miss.
my friend, well, I have another friend, not even the one I was talking about, Dre. I have another friend, his name is Mo. He had a podcast with Luke Belmer 2 years
Oh,
ago.
really?
Yeah, and me and him.
This is like before he was famous.
He's probably like had a good cloud. It was about 2 years ago, so he had decent cloud.
He's not even famous, dude. His
He's just
YouTube
like a
is,
meme.
not his YouTube is like.
Dude,
It's
that's
weird,
the
like,
wrong
he's-
YouTube. That's not his, bro. His actual YouTube.
His
has,
Twitter's huge too. His Twitter's
yeah, his
massive.
Twitter's dude.
Bro,
He has
massive.
Dude, he posted one YouTube video. He has 440,000
Oh
subscribers.
really?
Off one, like, yeah.
Yeah, but like it's weird. I did like a podcast, 3 videos, and they all have like hundreds of thousands of views, and it stopped.
Dude, it's ridiculous. He has one YouTube video, 440,000 subs. I post one YouTube video, I get 300 subs. Why is that?
And and the 30 are me.
yeah, I got a problem. But
30 are me, Christian, you, your burner accounts,
Dude, my-
girlfriend, your family.
dude, my girlfriend's mom subscribed in like all of her accounts.
So yeah, it's like a quarter of them. But you know what? He just like became famous with like he's so like ridiculous. That's like,
Dude, but
you
he's
know,
not
like
even-
you're a little too sane. Like your shit almost makes too much sense that people don't like. Luke
I gotta
Palmer
be-
gets a little hate,
yeah.
but the hate engagement, and then, you know, you gotta just talk about poop
Shit.
and shit like that.
But
And
that's what we're doing, bro. I'm trying to engagement farm.
you got clip farm, as the kids call it. You got clip farm.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not, dude. It's like it's really hard for me to make myself like an idiot. Like if I say what Luke said, I will feel like an idiot. Now I don't know if he knows that, like, or he really believes in what he says. Like I'm not that like he's crazy to me. Like I'm not that crazy.
But what
I need to
actually
be a little
does he
crazy,
say that's like crazy? It actually all makes
I mean, all of
a
that.
lot of sense. But
Like what? Okay, what
give me
makes
one,
sense?
give me one, Christian, give me one.
Even the part it's like connect, bro. He's literally taking some random kids that have like
Yeah, but network, like that's important. But
Yeah,
it's
but,
just
like, you
because
don't-
he
bro.
says it in a certain way.
no
He makes things sound way more like
Intense than they are.
esoteric than they are, and like the one I sent you today, where he's like, "Do you ever write down on a piece of paper? I got a problem at the top." Like
Writing
it's
solutions.
It's just like it's
Yeah, but
bullshit.
like that when I bought my first car, or I was looking to buy my first car, it was I went to a Nissan dealership. I did not buy a Nissan. I went to the Nissan dealership. The sales guy, I was 18. Guess what he did? Oh, you need a car. Pros and cons. He did 2 sides. That's literally like, and Luke Belmer was like, the guy to Luke Belmer might be a genius.
Dude,
and
he'll
he's a
take a-
fucking like
yeah.
Nissan dealership guy. I'm like,
it's
bro.
it's just basic like shit. A lot of it.
Really basic shit, but he says it in such a way.
And then he thinks it's like
But even the connect part, bro, like networking, yes, it's important. But like, let's say you take me, I'm not gonna go network with everybody. It takes up too much time. You need to network with the right people. I'm not gonna connect with some random kid.
sure, but you're already rich though.
But like those kids, like you can't just network with like random people. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's like too. Like I gotta like rewatch his shit. Like I'm not saying all his advice is bad. Also, some is fine. But like some of the shit that he says, like he was on the podcast with Biahiza. Like he's full of shit. Like he's like, oh yeah, drop shipping during COVID, I was making so
Yeah,
much
yeah,
money
yeah,
with
he's
this.
just a
And they
liar.
ask, oh, what was the product? And he says the product. And 2 minutes later, he says another product. Like you couldn't keep the lie together. Like, and the guys are like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Yeah, but maybe he sold different products.
No, he did, because it was still about the same product. They were asking questions. Because they asked, okay, what was your number 1 product? And he's like, oh, it was this. No, he said this. He was like, oh yeah, it was dishwasher pods. And then like a minute later, he's like, yeah, you put them in the dryer with the clothes, and it would sterilize the clothes. I'm like, wait, didn't you just? They literally were like, did you say it was dishwasher pods? Like what?
I thought it was about he sold like pet toys, and he
Yeah.
was and
It's still
under his
probably not-
ads, what he would do is
See, everybody's here.
no under his ads he would be like under his ads someone would comment, and then he'd be like, hey, can you send me a picture of your dog? And then they would send the picture of the dog, and then him on a burner would go and be like, your dog is ugly. And then they give him a comment. You saw that?
I saw that. Like I don't know, like maybe that one is true, but like then also he's like, oh, I got rich off crypto. So was it like drop shipping? Was it crypto? Was
Yeah.
it like connecting? Or even the shit's like, you guys think 10 million for 4 years is good? No, I don't work for
Yeah.
6 months and I get a $40 million deal. Or even the one it's like, okay, the guy asked, how would you make $1 million in a month? And he's like, you know what I would do? Capital group. I have 20,000 people on my wait list. 2,000 sign up. Yacht club. I do a yacht day. I make 20 grand. 20 grand holds me on for 3 months. And the guy's like, how you make $1 million for? The guy I'd ask, are you gonna make $1 million for a month? But then you say you make 20 grand, it'll last you for 3 months. And the only reason the guy told him how would you make $1 million for a month was because Luke Palmer said $1 million ain't shit. I can make that in a month easily. So then he asked him, and he gave him a way to make 20 grand over 3 months. You see, like that's the shit. Like he'll say shit, but in practicality, it's not like true. Like he sounds good in theory,
He's
but
the type of guy that read like 2 self-help books once and then just repeats the shit in different ways, like forever.
he's like Ty Lopez from like Great Value. But like Ty Lopez, actually, I will say to defense, like Ty Lopez might be like a scammer. I don't really know. Like he does have some solid like real business advice that you could actually like implement. Like he's like an older crowd, you know. Did you join Capital?
No,
You're getting a little upset that we're like roasting him.
No, no, no.
Did you join Capital?
I
You still
think,
want him on the pod though.
I didn't want him on the pod. I would ask him those questions. He would probably never join.
dude,
But
Luke Belmar owned.
even if I glaze him, he wouldn't join you.
He might be. He said he owned 1% of Pancake Swap.
Yeah, then you see what I'm saying? Like every time it's like a different story on you made like all this money. It's like, but it's never the same story.
Dude, how much money do you think he actually has? Because like he
It
never.
says he has a net worth of 10 million.
I was gonna guess 10 million. I will believe 10 million now. I don't know if
I could believe that. Yeah.
I don't know if he made 10 million the way he said he did, but how big his following is, he definitely probably. And I do think he's made a nice chunk on crypto. I do definitely think that the last couple of years.
Well, yeah.
I will believe that.
Well, apparently he's from Argentina, but then there was like some shit came out that he's like not from Argentina. I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Yo, but he plays. You saw that video I sent
yeah,
you?
my friend that he
Dude,
plays
bro's
with.
nice at soccer.
No, he's good at soccer. My friend he plays with, he plays soccer with him.
Oh yeah.
And he's from Uruguay, so my friend, it's weird. My friend Dre was randomly in Milan when I was in Milan, and we hung out in Milan randomly.
Who's this?
I don't know if you know him. His name is Dre. He has like a social media agency in Miami, like one of those guys. He's cool though. And once he was posted, like, oh, he's in Milan. I'm like, yo, I'm in Milan. And they would like hung out.
Dude, what do you think about the whole Onahu or what's his name?
Nuha brothers. Onaha. But you fucking bro, all these guys are a bunch of idiots, man. But the thing is, they get super famous, and they like, and other guys are like, yeah, you know, I'm up at 4 a.m. every morning. This and that. Like, bro, like, shut the fuck up.
Dude, remember when I
Nobody
did my
cares.
whole like morning waking up at 6 a.m. thing?
How long is that? How's that going?
That for like a month.
I told you it was just because you were jet lagged. From
Yeah.
if I told you that's the only reason you were even doing it. It's bro like that like like if I wake up at 6 or wake up at 8, if I have to get 3 tasks done, doesn't matter when I do it. Like Elon Musk is known that he likes to work at night and be sleep during the day. Do you know that? And Putin is the same way. Now you might not like Putin, but like you know he's fucking like a president of one of the biggest countries. But there is people that work that way. Like you know not everybody works the same. Now if some people wake up at 4 and they kill it, good for them. But then they're in fucking bed at 8 p.m. I don't be in bed at 8 p.m.
That's me.
I'll be in bed at 9:30.
You go to bed at 9:30?
Nah, like between 10 to midnight.
Yeah.
Depend.
Yeah, I try to go to bed by midnight, and then I wake up like
9:29.
7:30.
9:29. I woke up. Today I woke up pretty late, like at 9. But like I went to bed, then I took my son to school, then I came back home and I fell asleep and then I woke up again.
Well, that's not really sleeping in.
Yeah, it's not like sometimes I'll make myself sleep more. Because sometimes I don't sleep enough. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make myself, and then it's like I feel really good about it. And then today I was like, okay, I feel really good about it. But then like it messed up my trading today. Like I was like just not feeling like I don't know. I almost felt like I was dreaming like as I was trading, and I didn't do well.
Dude, I had some crazy dreams. I always have crazy dreams. Sometimes I can't even separate my dreams from reality.
Well, right now you're dreaming.
I know.
Do you ever dream and then like I tell myself, oh, I'm in a dream, I should wake up, and I wake myself up. I, like,
Sometimes I dream
Very
and I'm
early.
like, there's no way this is real life. Like, fuck, if this is real life, like, what's going on? And then I convince myself in the dream that it is a dream to make myself feel better. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh, thank God.
I don't know what the fuck you were dreaming about.
It's usually about school. Like sometimes I'll be
There's
in
PTSD.
class and there's like an
Stuck in the
exam I didn't
sauna.
study for, and I'm like, fuck this. Like I'm have to be dreaming.
Damn,
right?
school gave you fucking PTSD. I can't sleep anymore.
Bro, I just went with schooling. Oh. Actually, it's not even that much compared to like doctors, but
My school is somewhat easy. I still don't do that well. I was just so lazy, man. Like I don't remember me studying like ever, bro. I couldn't not even buy the books.
you
didn't buy the
books?
I wouldn't even buy the books, dude. I was like, fuck that. I need to pay. I need
I
to
was good at-
fucking for a little option play. $200, dude. It's an option play right there. It's 0 DT. I can fucking I could put on, flip it.
You
maybe
could buy a
buy-
lot of books like with that.
Yeah. So I go like just to the school library. And my school is actually a really good library, so I'll just go there and like try to find it or whatever. Talk to the librarian.
I see. I always had people asking me questions about trading in school. You know when you meet like a person and you tell them that you trade, and they're like really skeptical, and they ask a bunch of questions, and then they're like, "Oh, well, you know, trading, I thought it doesn't work," and then like they don't know that like you make money with trading, and they assume that you're just like Unprofitable.
Honestly, I just don't tell people I trade. Like I don't even waste my time telling people. So then I gotta explain it.
So what
Then
do you
they
say?
gotta.
Like,
Look, if you tell somebody that you trade, there's only two ways this goes, and neither one is good. One is they don't believe you and they say you're full shit, and you have to explain yourself and you have to like talk about it. And two, they're like, oh, can you invest for me and trade for me
yeah,
if I
yeah,
give you
yeah.
money? So like neither one of those are a good conversation. So I just tell them like I make up stories all the time. Oh yeah, like my dad is rich. Oh yeah, like oh I got lucky with crypto. Oh yeah, like I'll make up just random shit. Oh I own like an online company. Like I'll just say something to not get questions asked because I can't be bothered. And like dude, I don't like people ask like what you do. Like I'm like dude, I don't ask you what you do. Don't ask me what the fuck I do.
Yeah.
Like
Don't worry
Dude,
about
I
what I
heard
do.
somebody ask you that once. I don't remember where we were at. We were in public, and you're like, just crypto stocks, stuff like that.
yeah, I try to keep it super vague, and I just like this guy got his dad pays for his shit. I'll let him believe that.
Dude,
Yeah.
Sometimes they say oh I'm unemployed, and I like just don't say anything
you ever
else.
seen that video with Tate where he was like, "Oh, you work at Starbucks," and someone asks you where do you work at? You don't tell them that you work at Starbucks. You tell them that you're a back end corporate technician where you go to each Starbucks, you pretend to be an employee to evaluate the other employees' performance, and then you report back to the headquarters of Starbucks. So you're like a Starbucks spy, and it sounds like way more interesting than just being a barista. You ever seen that video?
No, I never did. That's what he recommends to do.
Yeah, he said that if you work at Starbucks, you have to tell, and if someone asks you where you work, you say, yeah, I work at headquarters of Starbucks. I go to each store, pretend to be an employee to evaluate everyone's performance.
So like those undercovered
Like
workers,
undercover.
dude.
Yeah.
You know, like Target has them for like people that like steal and shit.
Dude, you should be an undercover worker for your own Discord.
I would like to be under. I've thought about making a video like that, testing like the top 5 Discord, and like I'll follow their trades for like a week and see how they do. But then like I know all the guys that own them, so then if they don't go well, they get mad at me, but I also don't want to lie and just glaze them. You know, I would like to do an honest review, but then if I'm too honest and they didn't do well, they get mad at me, so I can't. It's like do I want to
So
start?
what happened with the whole Jay Dunn Patrick Whelan beef?
I mean, I think it kind of died out a little bit. It's just they both like quit the platform, so I guess Patrick won.
Damn. GG's.
GG's, you know. I mean, so it was definitely rough. You just fucking get fired from your own company because a dude bullies you on Twitter. It's pretty crazy.
What about Mr. Producer? How was your first trading day today?
Dude, it was good and bad. I woke up. I realized none of the chairs I had fit my setup, so I tried to do it without a chair. So then I just got mad, crashed out, and went to the store. Crashed out again because they didn't have the chairs. Went to another Walmart, got it, came back, and then I was feeling pretty good.
So what time did you
Had
come
my
back?
setup. I came back at I was with you guys from like 9:30 to from open to for maybe an hour or 2 hours probably, and then I went to the store, came back at 1 maybe, something like that. But it was cool. It was really cool being in the group, even though it was a bad day. It was cool seeing everybody.
Yeah, there just wasn't much to do.
Look, it's never a bad day if you can learn. That's what I tell my students. I'm like, you guys think I take losses. I've never taken a loss in my life. I've just taken lessons.
Yeah.
So I tell myself when I'm down on the day.
Biggest winners are the biggest losers.
I tell myself to not cry at night after a loss.
Yeah, sometimes the biggest loss is the biggest victory.
If you think about it, maybe without some of the losses you've taken, your trading, you wouldn't be here overall. Like you wouldn't be here. Made the gains that you made. So maybe that loss taught you a lesson that without it you could never have learned. And then you would have never have learned that, so then you would have not been profitable.
That's true.
At least for me, I guess. I don't know for you because you had learned it kind of the easy way.
Yeah, that's true. I still definitely had some psychological losses.
And I just don't know why
I
you
learned
get
from.
like. I feel like your losses are so small, bro. Like my losses are like way bigger. Like you're
Yeah,
like, oh, I had a red day.
it's like a different style. Like it's a lot more.
Like I feel like you get a little too upset about your losses, even though like to me, like your losses would be like, oh,
yeah.
I'll be like so like.
I like
careless
don't get
about it.
upset about my losses. I more just don't get upset that like I don't make a specific amount of money. I'll be like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll get more upset that like I didn't make X amount, or I'll get upset about like an individual moment that's not even good or bad. I'll have like little things. The smallest things irritate me, and like bigger things I don't really care. Yeah, like, I don't know.
So like you put a fill of 500 shares, you got filled 499. The trade goes green, but you're still pissed off that you have one share didn't get filled.
You need to see a
Nah, I
trading,
missed out on
a trading
$8.
psychologist.
Yeah. No, I do have small losses, but it's more like the trading hasn't really pissed me off in some time.
Would you
I
say
have
you have
other things.
negative like win rate, but your risk reward is much higher?
Yeah, like I would say like it depends on the day. Like there's some days where I'm just like I'm just everything just is good. But then there are days where like yeah, like I would say like between 40 and 60%.
So like pretty even.
Yeah, it's pretty even. But then some days like I'll just like it feels like everything is a winner. And then or if I do have a loser, it'll be like really small. Like really, really small. Like nothing. But and then there's other days where I'll have more losses, but they're really small, and then I'll have like one good winner. It depends. Like I don't even track it. I apparently on Trade Zella.
You
track
can
all
you
the-
gotta import your shit.
Yeah, you can,
It's
track
kind of
all the
like
shit. I was like, I like never even
yeah,
bothered
it's
to do it.
well, people get
Honestly.
like so hung up on like win rate is like it's all about like
Yeah,
if
I
you're
don't-
making money or you're not making money. People are like, no, you need to hold this trade exactly. It's gonna mess up my win rate. I'm like, bro, worry first about making money, then worry about the little details.
Yeah, I agree. I get like weird. I have like weird stuff that sometimes just pisses me off. Not even about trading. Like I'll get pissed off over something else, and then a small thing will happen in trading, and it'll make me like even more pissed off. Sometimes,
No, I know what you mean.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But
So you gotta step away though.
yeah, I'll say
If
yeah.
your mental state is not fully there.
Yeah, I'll go lay down or. But I'm a lot more like cool. Like 2 years ago, when I didn't have a group and I had to just try, like, dude, I would sometimes like fucking crash out.
Well, because it's you know that people are watching you, so you have to keep it cool.
100%. And then also, yeah, and plus, like, ever since I started trading in front of people, I just naturally have become a lot calmer. But like when I used to play League of Legends and I was like 17 years old, dude, like my parents, I would wake them up at night because I'd be like, fuck. And
A
I'd be like,
league? Well,
yeah,
you're playing League,
League.
not trading though. You did
Yeah,
League.
League.
If anybody has played League of Legends, you cry, bro. I've flipped so much. I've flipped my shit so hard on League
It's
of
the
Legends.
most toxic game. Of
Bro,
all time.
imagine you're fucking you know when you upgrade to the next what's it called?
Rank, yeah.
You're no, but you're ranked, but you're right when you need one more win
Yeah.
to level up, or you're gonna lose it, and you gotta play again 3 games, bro. Whenever you lose those, and somebody just feeds super hard, and I'm like trying to carry the team, and nobody can fucking help me, and then we lose. I'm like, bro, I have nightmares about
Dude,
it.
that game, oh my god, dude, I would
Like,
like,
it's
I,
probably-
I, it would
I
like
would-
ruin my week.
I
playing
would
that
say
game.
League might be like top 3 most toxic games ever. Like it's a bad, like it's real.
so bad.
It's just because it takes so much. Like you know, like Call of Duty is like a 10-minute game max. Like Call of Duty is pretty quick. League, you're committing at least 40 minutes of your life. It's very rare that League ends much sooner than that. If you include like champion select and everything.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
sometimes you invest an hour into your life into it and you just lose. And you're like,
Yeah, I know.
frustrating.
Dude, it was
Uh,
also so fun though.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
I picked it up a little bit like a few months ago with a friend, but I would play like his level, and I was just like
Dude,
30 kills, no that.
dude, I want to play. I haven't played in years.
It's different now.
We play?
It's much. It's just much different, dude. Like I don't know if I like it as much. Like they changed the map. It's like kind of ugly.
Yeah,
Have you seen the map?
Yeah,
It's
there's
got like a weird turrets, and it's like
the
it's just
weird
like ugly
turrets
to
and
look at.
the lanes are like attached to the turrets and shit. Like
And it's like brown. The map
Yeah.
now. It's not like that. Like forest.
they have new champions I don't know about.
Yeah, I mean I know some of the champions like I don't mind them too much, but it's mostly like the map. Like it doesn't look like I just want to.
I like Fiora.
Fiora main. Either your Fioras were really goated or you completely garbage.
I was.
There's
good at
nothing
Fiora.
between. It's kind of like Riven. They're either like carry you or they're just
Yeah,
gonna feed
I used
all
to play
game.
Riven too, but Fiora.
Veins, all those champions that are high skill.
Yeah,
either you
yeah,
guys were
yeah.
good. or
Dude, I
hated
love.
you.
I used to always get. I was really good in lane. What I wasn't good at is like impacting as a top the other points of the map. Top lane.
No, and I mean I will say out of like the top laners have the hardest time to impact the full game.
Yeah.
Unless you're like super hyper carrying on the split pushing lane, you need to send 3 guys to you every time, and you like go on with
Yeah.
it. I used to mostly play Zed, so the
Oh,
middle lane,
Zed's
I
so fun too.
and I would just rotate top, middle,
Yeah,
try to get
Zed is
gank
really
both
fun.
sides.
Zed's also ultra high skill.
Yeah, so I used to have the League of Legends name Best ZNA. That was
Oh,
my
yeah, I
name. Yeah,
remember
they
that.
got banned for calling people crazy names. I probably lost like $500 worth of skin, which at the time was like a big deal to me. But I got banned.
Dude, I remember I used to play Maokai.
You play all like the Maokai was like the ultimate click champ. I used to like to play him support. If I play support, play Maokai, they just
Both.
and I would go full AP and just like old
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, Maokai was fun. I used to do um who else? Oh, I loved Ari. I was good at Ari.
It's a mid lane champion.
Yeah, mid lane. I used to play mid and top.
Yeah, I used to play
You ever play bottom?
mid and ADC, mid and ADC. Now that's I call ADC. I used to play like Lucian,
Yeah.
Ezreal.
Yeah, Ezreal's cool.
But mostly I used to play mid. So I play mid. I used to play Zed, LeBlanc when she was good, Syndra, Ari a lot too actually.
Yeah, Syndra. I liked Oriana.
Oriana, I used to
Oriana
play.
is-
Yeah,
dude,
when I had a good team, I would play Oriana
Yeah,
because
Oriana.
like she's more like less.
You need like if you could Ori alt like an entire team.
Or yeah, if you
They're
like
just
if you have a Malphite Ori combo like that, I'll play it. But or like I had like a Tryndamere on my team, I'll play it with them because it's more like a supporting mid laner, and I used to try to carry myself, so that's why I played a lot of that. Yeah, I only like
What was
one
your
season I
top
only
rank?
played. I was Diamond 2.
That's crazy. That's really high.
Yeah, I was a really high ranked. I used to duo with my other friend. He was like a Diamond 1. You know, this was in high school.
Diamond 2 is crazy. My top rank was like gold 2. Like,
But the funny part, it's like the worst. Gold is like elo hell. Like, it's like everybody's just like they're a little good and they think they're the best, but then they're not like. Gold players are the worst, bro, because they think like, oh yeah, we're like good, we're in gold, but then they're not like you. They play in platinum or diamond. Now there's more ranks, so I probably wouldn't be diamond now because there's like master and like grandmaster, and then like there's some shit like that.
Challenger.
I played League of Legends on the app, and on there I was a master, so that was like close to grand, like almost like into the challenger tiers. It's just like too much time to like actually grind it up.
Yeah, it's hard. All right, well,
That's
well,
the podcast.
yeah, that's the podcast.
Can't wait to title this one with an AI thumbnail.
All right,
Poop and League of
Water
Legends.
sports, League of Legends, trading, poop.
We good?